All right, what is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in again on another week, another episode. We are up to episode 4.
Oh, not bad.
Today we are talking, that's crazy. We're going to be talking about diving a little bit deeper into your why to help you find the motivation and the passion and the focus to achieve your goals. So it's going to be super powerful. If you like our content and our videos, please like and share, subscribe, share it with everyone. And I'll hand it over to Natho, and he's going to kick it off.
Sweeto. Look, I'm going to start off pretty straightforward with this one, right? Diving straight in. When your why is clear, right? When you've got a clear why and why you're actually going through this process, the how is easy, right? And that right there is that's why why is so important within all of this, right? Because when it's something that you wholeheartedly believe in and you're passionate about, right? The process to get there is like, they're not even roadblocks. They're just pebbles that you just kick out the way. I mean, I don't care about doing that. I don't care about doing that. I don't care about doing that, because the end goal, your why, that's it. That's what's driving you there, right? It's got nothing to do with the money, the anything, any material possession. It's within you. And when you find that, it's like, I love it. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Steve? What have you got to add to that?
Yeah, look, it's super powerful, man, and you'll hear it a lot. Like if you're obviously watching us, you've got some sort of interest in self-development, and I applaud you for stepping out and trying that, because it's going to be a crazy journey. But both me and Nathan been on a massive journey the last sort of six and 4 or 5 months. So it's been a massive change for us. But what will keep popping up when you start listening and reading books and listening to podcasts and watching videos about self-development, the same question will keep coming up. You need to get clear on your why. And I'll be honest, at the start, I didn't know what it was. And a lot of people don't really like. It's very important in the goal setting stage to have a clear why, but it's also very important to keep yourself motivated, because if the big thing you need to do is you need to infuse it with some emotion. In my opinion, I think that is the key to making it last through the days that you struggle through. And if you can tie some emotion up with it, whether it be, and you can only tie emotion to that if you dig deep enough.
That's right.
So I gave an exercise actually on a go live I done recently, and it was about writing down your goal is start. You can start there. Write down your goal on a piece of paper. Got to write it down, guys. All right, write it down, and then underneath that, I want you to write why. Why do I want to achieve this goal? And you write that down, and then that's going to be a feeling or an emotion or a result of some sort. And then you need to, under that, write why. Why is this important to me? And then write that, and keep going until you start feeling some fire in your belly and some emotion, whether it be, some people use pain, or bad experiences to motivate them, which is it's a powerful thing. If you've been in a situation that you're trying to get out of, you use all that hurt and all that pain to never go back there, and you use that to push you forward. But you can also use a feeling of happiness and something like that. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve by it. But I think if you can dive deep enough to the point where you start getting emotionally involved in that decision, you've got way more chance of achieving what you're trying to set out to achieve, in my opinion. Do you agree?
100%, man. And just diving a little bit deeper, so to speak, is the same concept into what Steve was saying. Either pain drives us because we want to avoid the pain, and to avoid the pain, what we want to do is divert around it to get to our goal, right? Because that's in the way. Either that, or it's happiness, the joy of what the goal is going to feel like that drives us there, right? They're kind of the two big ones. There's obviously some things in between, but they're the big ones. They're the two big ones. If you want to avoid the pain, that's going to be a driving force. Like, I want to avoid getting into that situation. And that was what we were talking about in our last episode, essentially. We want to avoid getting to our fucking 80s and regretting our entire life, right? But there's also a bit of, well, I also wanted to travel in my van because I knew how happy this was going to make me. So that's another thing that was driving me. And it doesn't have to be just one thing that is your why. Your why is a collective of
bigger the better, man. Bigger the better.
100%. The more you're adding to it. And it makes it sound convoluted. It makes it sound difficult to achieve. And look, truth be told, it kind of is in some way. It doesn't just happen. It takes a bit of time. Like Steve said, he started this venture online and he didn't even understand fully what his why was yet. Right?
No. But in saying that, your why is just how you feel.
Exactly.
So it's not complicated at the end of the day. It's just
digging into yourself.
Not many people dive down into that like that because some people don't like what they're going to find, or they think it's going to be too hard, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, your why is how you feel and what you want and how that's going to make you feel. That's all it is, really, in my opinion. Not like there's a lot of people talk about whys and there's lots of different explanations, but in my opinion, your why is your deep emotion in what's driving you to do what you're doing. And so many people at the moment are doing things they don't want to do because they think they have to.
Yeah.
And
as opposed to them just because they want it.
Both me and Natho are here right now to tell you that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, and you shouldn't be wasting time doing things that are not fulfilling you in your life and not giving you happiness and joy. If you're in pain and anger all the time, you've got to make some changes. You've got to shift your mind. Haha, there it is.
100%.
So yeah, look, if your why is big enough, it will keep you going on the days that you don't want to do it. You know, and I'll relate it back to something that I'm going through right now with my weight loss journey, right? Trying to lose some weight. It's so important to have a reason more than just why, like a weight that I want to hit. Like, it's important to have a goal weight, don't get me wrong. I have a goal weight that I want to hit, but that's not going to get me out of bed on a Sunday morning at 5 o'clock when I don't want to get up. That's not going to be a strong enough reason, that just that number, whatever, I'll do it Monday. But when you've got a strong enough reason that when you go to hit that snooze button or turn your alarm off, something in your head goes, out of bed, buddy. And that's the importance of tying an emotion and a feeling to what you're trying to achieve. And that, for me, in that instance, is how am I going to feel right when I get to my goal weight? What am I going to be able to achieve, and what am I going to be able to do? Because once you get over a certain weight, like I did, like I'm happy to talk about my weight now. I wasn't, but I am now. I got at my heaviest pretty much when I started this journey, or started this weight loss journey, I was at 128.5 kilos. So if you've ever done anything like skydiving or going in motor car races or theme parks or any of those types of things, which I love to do all those things, you start to get, you know that there's weight limits on all that stuff, yeah? And my weight started restricting me from doing what I wanted to be able to do. So I'm using that emotion of going somewhere and not being able to do it because of my weight to drive me to get to my goal weight. So you've got to use something that's going to motivate you, and you know that. And for me, a big one was I started to not like the way I looked, like as in clothes and stuff like that. I didn't like pictures being taken of me. I didn't like certain things, and I didn't like the way that made me feel. So I got to do something about it, and I use all those emotions to help me get to that goal. So it's super important to tie emotion, in my opinion, to whatever it is, whether it be a goal, your why, whatever it is. The more emotion in there, the better.
100%, man. And again, I always relay this back to my past, and that's the hugest takeaway from my life that's driving me is from my mum passing away 5 years ago. She never had the chance. She never had the chance. She was so chronically ill, and I am capable. And that's my opportunity. That's what I look at. I think I want to be free from the trappings of society and all of that external crap that keeps us where we are. And I want to move into a life of freedom. I want to be free. I want to be able to do what I want to do consistently for as long as I possibly can. And, you know, at times just being bound in your own mind is enough of, you know, to kind of hold you back. But look, it's those emotions that keep me moving forward, because I don't want to get to a point where I look back and regret my life. I don't want to do that at all. And it's the same type of thing, you know, diverting away from things that are causing you pain, even though it's, you know, you just think, oh, he can't go on, you know, for Steve's sake, he can't go on theme park rides and in racing cars and stuff. It's like, for him, that's like, dude, I so badly want to do that. And it does cause you pain. So he's working around it because he's using that as his driving force. And that's the same for me. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Having all those emotional attachments is really, 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 it's handy. It's a handy tool, to be honest. It's a handy tool to have in your possession to actually act on and take action around it, as opposed to just continuously thinking about it.
Oh, 100% agree with you, Nathan. That's it's very important. It's very important to tie that emotion in. So, all right, guys, we're going to keep this one pretty short. I want to just recap over some things that are, you know, if you're struggling with your why, you're struggling finding your reason, your passion, I highly suggest you start writing some stuff down. Start doing some journaling even. Like it helps you find what's really going on in here. And it doesn't just come to the surface. You've got to find it. So if you can write down, you know, what you want to change, and then how that's going to make you feel, and then dig even deeper, like, okay, that's going to make me feel happy and good, sweet. Why is it going to make you feel happy and good? And then, because, you know, I'm going to be able to take the kids here and do this. And all right, so how's it going to make you feel when you get to take the kids there? You see what I'm going with this? Like, just keep going until you really start feeling it, guys. So, and then when you find that passion, that will just catapult you, and it'll break. What we're trying to do here is find the drive to bust through the bad days, because anyone can stay motivated on a good day, right? To get to success and get to the end goal and get to the big picture. You need to be able to, there's going to be bad days, and you're going to have to get through that. And if you don't have enough passion, drive, and a big enough why, you'll quit. And we don't want you to quit. We want you to get through. So that's what we're working on every single day. That is why self-development is so important. That is why we started Shifting Minds. And I'm going to throw it over to you to wrap it up for the day, man.
Yeah, look, next week, what we're thinking about doing is speaking about making that decision to commit. Because, you know, as well as having that why, that's where commitment's really going to start coming into its own. Because the why's there, you are going to commit. Once you've dug in, you've got your why, you're going to commit. And we want to talk about a little bit more about that, how it feels, and steps to take on those bad days where things wind back, and you've always wind yourself back into motion based around your why and your commitment that you've made within yourself too. So look, guys, we'll leave it there. Do not forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss another episode. And me and Steve are going to see you next week.
Hit the bell.
See you guys. I'm getting off course here. Let me just think back. Hang on. I might have to redo this bit. I'm getting off course. That's just. Oh, I've kind of lost my chain of thought completely, to be honest. We should just rewind it a bit. Wouldn't that be good? Just like life, if you could just rewind it, you wouldn't have to worry about regret. But we don't have that luxury. So
the thing I like about these is it's a full litre bottle. It's important to drink plenty of Kangen water.
Kind of. It's a good one. Well, maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know why I'm smirking about this. I can't contain the smile. I saw you smirking, and then I was smirking, and then we were both smirking.
You're smoking
hang on,
about-
bro. Just to get my 4% battery. Wow!
On what?
On my laptop. That would have been. That wouldn't have been good at all. There we go. We're good to go.